Any read on whether Mike might be available this week?
The read isn't very. No, that's fine. The read is not. The read is not good. It. I'd say doubtful. Like very doubtful.
Do you think you have any chance of getting him back?
Yeah, or else I'd say no chance.
So,
I'd say he's out.
so you still might.
So that's why I said it's doubtful.
At this point, are you thinking maybe just try to get him back for the Pac-12s, or
Just trying to take it, trying to get him back as soon as possible. Was hoping he'd be back for the Arizona games. Wish I knew right now that he was back for the Washington game. Just at this point, I hope his knee is healed and he can get back out on the floor as soon as possible. But like I said, he's doubtful for this weekend.
What's he doing in the way of workouts, practice, whatever?
He's not practicing.
Yeah, I mean, bike. Is he on the bike at all? Or?
Yeah, he's doing. He's not on the bike. He's doing a lot of flexibility stuff with his knee right now.
Does he do that water stuff at all?
Yeah, he's done the hydro works a few times.
I know a lot of times when you see a guy injured, he'll kind of help play that role of coach, you know, watching film with everyone, trying to break things down. Is he kind of doing that too, trying to help the team out when he can't play?
He's not breaking down film and being another coach. I think he's supporting his teammates, and he's at practice, and he's around the guys, but he's not involved in any other capacity right now.
Sure. So I know with the football team in the fall, there was kind of a feeling that if they could beat Washington, a little bit of the season, you know, would be salvaged. Is that kind of how you're approaching this matchup this week?
Any win right now would help salvage the season, whether it's Washington or the following week against UCLA, USC, or a win in the conference tournament. So any win right now would be sweet.
What's it like as Washington State going into Heck Edmonton, where they're probably going to be getting after you guys pretty good?
Well, it's always a great college game environment. You know, they have good crowds there, and at times it can be pretty hostile. It's always a very competitive battle with Washington. And they're coming off of a great win. You know, going down to Arizona State and beating a good Arizona State team on their home court was a very impressive win. So I think Washington's playing good basketball right now.
Sure. How do you approach it with the extra off days this week?
Well, we took Sunday off, and then we went real light yesterday, only for about an hour and 10 minutes total. And then we will take this Thursday off.
Okay. What day do you travel down there? Thursday?
We will leave Saturday,
Okay.
and then we play Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Bus or fly?
Both, isn't it? Don't we bus to Spokane and fly?
Oh, do we? I don't know.
I believe we bus to Spokane and then we fly from Spokane. I think.
what have you seen from Washington? I know they talked about how it takes time to adjust to that high post offense, and maybe just from what you saw when they were here and what you're seeing in their recent games that I don't know how much you've watched quite yet, but.
Well, I feel like, now it was 2 months ago, but I felt like when they were here they executed the high post offense fairly well, and down the stretch they were able to execute some things and get the ball inside. Against Arizona State, I mean every team presents its own issues and game strategies against what the other team does, and I think with the personnel that Arizona has and Arizona State, speaking of those two, their last two games, they were able to take some things away from Washington within the high post offense. But the offense is very versatile, and they've got a great coaching staff, and they figure out different ways to score.
With the way they defended Brock last time, fronting him and pretty much just having one guy stick on him. I mean, the way he played against Arizona, do you expect to see something similar?
Well, whether they do it or not, we will prepare for it. You know, prior to the Washington game, I don't recall exactly in order, but we had Jackson State in there, Fresno State, Buffalo, Idaho State. I'm not sure that prepared us for a Pac-12 game against a team like Washington and the way they guarded Brock. So I think here we are 2 months down the road. We'll be more prepared for if they're denying him the ball.
He talked about after Arizona that he said he lost his way a little bit in regards to maybe settling for more jumpers or just playing out on the perimeter. Was that something you saw, something you guys talked about, or did you just see a conscious decision by him to be more aggressive last week?
A little bit of each. I think he understands that he needs to be more versatile in his scoring, and we don't want him just to settle for perimeter shots. And I think on the road trip, he had a taste of success, you know, doing a little bit of everything to score. He was able to get to the free throw line. Didn't shoot a great percentage, but he was able to get to the free throw line. He got to the rim on penetration. He posted up. He shot from the perimeter. That's more what we need out of Brock, to be that versatile scorer.
I remember last game you had a bunch of different guys out there on the floor, guys who usually don't get a lot of minutes. Could we see a similar type of roster, I guess, against Washington this week?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
What do you think about the way Will DiOrio played? I think he had like 20 minutes or something like that. Last game, could we see a similar minutes against Washington?
We could. You know, it's hard to project exactly what we will do. A lot of it's based on matchups, how guys are playing, how guys are not playing.
Yeah.
But whether it's Will DiOrio or Brett Bass, Bryce Levitt, Dominic Ballard, those guys are going to get some minutes. A lot of it just depends on what we're trying to accomplish offensively, defensively, what Washington's trying to do. So there's a lot of criteria there.
Sure.
Speaking of base, is there something specifically that you'd like to see out of him that would help him get on the floor a little more?
If he made all his shots, he'd play more. Now, you know, Brett's kind of that tweener right now. He can play a little bit as a 3, but he can also play the 4 spot. Now, with that said, it's hard to be in that position in your first year because you've had to learn 2 positions. He's sometimes overmatched at being a 4 because now he's trying to guard maybe a bigger, stronger, more athletic guy, like a Solomon Hill, for instance. But if you put him at the 3, it could be a challenge for him defensively. So the other night, the reason he played was we really felt we needed some perimeter shooting, and we could get some decent shots out there, decent looks, and figured, you know, give him a shot. He's been doing a good job in practice for a long time, and give him an opportunity to get out there. And I love the way he played. You know, he went out and played with a tremendous amount of confidence. He didn't hesitate a bit. First time he got the ball, he was really open from about 17 feet out in the first half. And then in the second half, first time I think he touched it in the second half, he had a 3, and he fired it and got it. So I like the fact that he went in and he was not hesitant in front of 14,000 people and the number 12 team in the country. It didn't really seem to bother him a bit. So that was great to see.